On his play style, though, I think
Mm-hmm.
Ignite Gaming is pretty okay. I mean, it's pretty standard when it comes to their picks as well. We
Yeah, they're
haven't
pretty
seen
standard.
some cheesy lineups.
Yeah, and that's what I realized, right? It's these kind of teams that have been through MPL, the way they think about the draft, like for example from Cryptic and from DJ, you cannot say it's single dimensional because it works in MPL setting. But when it comes back to like the challenger stage where it's more brawl, it's like a gritty fist fight, Muay Thai style kind of thing. They'll kick sand into your eyes, even though I know that's illegal in a lot of fights. That's exactly what's happening here.
Uh, I think it's more action we're expecting here in the challenger qualifiers and the packet picks as well. So I'm not sure if Ignite Gaming has been showing their comfort heroes as of now, but so far the band's gonna be the same. Matilda, Chip. Oh no, Chip wasn't been banned mostly of our
Actually,
drafts here.
yeah, apparently Chip in terms of the
Yeah.
pick ban rates, right? If I'm actually referring back to the stats right here, it's 18 pick bans, mostly bans as of now. But yeah,
But
you're right.
here in the challenger,
We're missing
challenger,
some. We're missing some games. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're missing some games.
so it's not really a priority here. I mean, because you're mentioning brawls, right? So we're not expecting here some the esports MPL teams, like they go for surprise attacks, they go for the split pushes. It's more of a 5v5 really brawly skirmishes here, and that's why maybe fighter composition really shines.
Yep, definitely. But now let's take a look at the bans right here, right? Cryptic bans away the Mathilda, the Lucas, of course, common suspects. You're expecting, Kingdom Esports to take away the Kimmy. You're also expecting
Yep.
them to take away maybe perhaps another assassin, perhaps.
Yeah.
Kalia, I think, is something that you should also take away because we start to see a lot of Kalia first picks.
First pick, yeah.
Yep.
First pick Kalea. The both teams really doesn't prioritize the Kalea also in the first pick. We've seen the Harris been taken away. Hayabusa and Zushin is also coming in into the picks as well. So this challenger day, it's a different kind of
It's a different kind of beast.
yeah, priorities as well when
Yeah.
it comes to their picks.
And I think it's a fallacy kind of thing, right? Like you start to see some MPL seeded teams walking into the challenger stage thinking, hey, you know what? Let's treat it like an MPL, right? We show them the MPL stripes, but
Yep.
turns out no. They bring the challenger stage, challenger teams bring you down to their level and then beat
Exactly.
you up.
Great. Yeah,
Right.
I was about to say yeah, exactly the
Like a Baxia Estes,
Yeah.
Leomord Freya.
Well, it's actually the MPL SG teams who are adjusting to these surprises coming in from the challenger teams. Okay,
But that
there we go.
makes for a strong MPL team. If you're an MPL
Yep.
team, you should be able to adjust
Alright.
accordingly to these kind of matchup. But there you
Okay.
go. Kalia gets banned away this time round. Cryptic takes away the Harith.
Oh, okay. Kimi and Chip still pretty much open here. So if Chip isn't going to be banned, so I'll be surprised again if it's not going to be prio picked here.
I'm surprised that Phovius apparently has a very high ban rate actually.
Yep.
12%, 60% ban as of the stats that I'm looking at, and of course with a 30% pick rate is actually also one of the top pick ban rate because of,
Correct.
you've got your assassins meta being prevalent right here. Now with the Harry being banned away, your Phovius doesn't look very good unless you want to use the Phovius to deal with the Moskov.
Yeah, and we've seen also the Phovius has been great combo with Garakacha. So that's the thing. So once Garakacha is there, usually Phovius is also in the composition. So here again, okay, Fanny has been banned.
Yep.
So is this the first time we're going to see Kimi open here?
No, I think Kingdom Esports has to take over the Kimi.
Yeah.
Because it's just so annoying to deal with a Kimi first pick, especially from the blue side, right? Because of how flexible it is.
Correct.
You just don't want to deal with that kind of uncertainty. So usually you see coaches taking it out.
Let's see. If it's not Kimi, Chip is pretty much open here.
Let
Ignite
Chip be
Gaming.
open. Maybe they'll
Yeah.
open Chip because Chip is easily countered by
Correct.
Agato Kacha or even a Zaz this time around. Actually kind of works against the Chip because once you use
okay.
that, you could just go into the Dominator's Descent.
Oh, but Kimi open.
Oh, Kimi opened this time around. The ban away the Hayabusa there, locking down Icon. Okay.
Ah.
In that gaming, I think you'd snap pick that
For sure.
that Kimi up first, and then or
Okay,
unless they go
chip.
for the chip instead, because
Kimi
I
get a
really,
gotcha.
yeah, I want to see. I really haven't seen FMM pick up the chip this season.
Okay.
Usually, remember back then when Asterisk was a thing. Back then when Asterisk was a thing. Okay, back then in Asterisk, FMM, FMM loves to play the chip.
Okay. So this time around, okay, Joy. How could I forgot Joy? Joy has been one of the contested jungler heroes as well.
yep.
There you go. The Kimi is pretty much open. It will now be secured by the Kingdom Esports. But Kacha is also open here. So Joy, we've seen also this hero, the jungle hero, loves to have the zone of control onto the backlines. You pick off great chase on their side, but Ignite Gaming, how can you stop this Joy right now? You have the Kacha. You can go for it.
Chip is good against the Joy, I think. You use the ultimate, then after that, it actually stuns everybody after a period of time. So basically, you stop that Joy from actually running around dealing the damage. And another thing about Joy that's also good against the Chip in a sense is where when people come out from that portal, you basically ensure that everybody comes out from that place, you spread the damage as well. Selena.
Yeah.
Okay.
This. Okay, I'm expecting actually for the chip in a composition. I'm usually expecting AOE mages to be in their composition here, but this is actually a Selena. They have been picked.
Pretty interesting.
Yeah, indeed. So vision-wise, okay, no question about this one, but. It's more of a pickup comp compared to a chip. We'd love to have a hero in your composition to have a team fights oriented skill sets.
Yep. Another thing to look at how Inline Gaming is playing this one is that this could also be a poke comp, right? With the help of the Grandeur, you can poke some and whittle somebody down. Selena going in for the kill, Selena coming in for the poke with the Abyssal Arrow, but where is the cleanup? I think right now IG is looking for more cleanups in terms of the assassin. The cleanups such as Lancelot's, Lynx, which Icon likes to play.
Yeah, assassin types. Hayabusa is in band, so we
Masha.
can go for that one. The Suyo is also
Masha, but turns out DJ is like, yep, I'm not gonna be able to find. I'm not dealing with Diablo shenanigans as well, even though Diablo is not here, and DJ feels like he has enigmas about Diablo every night from yesterday onward. Last night he had a nightmare.
That was insane, bro.
Last night he had a nightmare.
that was also surprising.
Yeah, I'm surprised about the Diablo. I'm surprised about the Masha ban right here.
Okay, so I think right now for Ignite Gaming, they do have the chip. Lu, yeah, this is the thing. I was going to say Louis. They have the Selena already here, so
Yep. Now Coach DJ bans away the Fredrin. Cryptic bans away the Cho. I think it's a way to prevent the pickoffs coming out from the side of IG because poke, technically speaking, works well against pick composition. The Badang is a good ban coming out from Bear, or unless Cryptic is looking at Bear and saying, "Hey, we need to take him out." Put Bear back into his glue, or even Khalid as well, and then at least we deal with some the heroes that he's strong with.
I don't think you think a glue is a better pick here for Kingdom Esports, but for me, I think more of a initiator as well, which can help the Garkacha in control here. Don't get me wrong, the attraction pulse is also one way, but this AOG attraction pulse has a timer in order for them to have this control. So Badang could be one, right, which is being banned already for IG. So they need something clean, maybe, or the control Hylos.
Hylos works as well in this particular draft. Any front lines that is really strong in terms of having a lot of HP pool actually works well against IG right now.
Yes,
because you got Grandeur, you got Selena that doesn't do well. That's what they're lacking, right? DPS. That's what. Ignite Gaming is like, yeah, let's take a look at
Freya.
Let's take a look at Everlasting Love. Let's go for Freya.
Go Freya.
Leomor as well. Add on the Freya as well. Let's make sure Kingdom Esports, let's give them a nightmare. And I told you, right? Exactly what I told you. I feel like Freya is something that Utah plays as well, but instead of that, they go for the Baxia.
Okay. So wow. Baksha
Alright.
Stun Arrow. They
Alright.
have a plenty of mobility here.
All right,
Jace.
tell me about this. Right, run me through this. What is Ignite Gaming trying to do with the Baxia final pick?
Actually, what is Ignite Gaming trying to do with a chip with this kind of composition? I mean, chip. Okay,
Bro, I asked you the question. You asked me a question.
yeah, because
Don't
not
answer
only
a question with a question. I asked you the question. What are they trying to do?
well for me. Okay, Baksha has the shield unity who can go for the chase. Follow up here, Leo Mord. But that's the thing. I can see that Baksha has a certain strategy into this. Okay, Carmilla, in order for that chip teleport, just in case 5v5 then.
Okay,
Carmilla popping
okay,
up,
pretty
then,
interesting,
okay,
pretty
yes.
interesting. Bear coming doing
yeah,
doing
for
that
sure.
thing as well. Okay, so how I see the chip is that this chip is going to be the one that picks off. IG feels like a very pick composition, very pick heavy, right? Rather than using the chip for a team fight, massive team fight, I'm going to go for picks. Use that
Okay.
ultimate, stun into one person, and then after that, allow Selena to follow up, allow Granger to output the damage. Now the problem is that I'm asking for the side of IG is that you don't have that burst. Right, you don't unless you talk about the Granger burst, right? But Granger usually can seal the deal because of the Sky Piercer.
Unless also you really targeted that abyssal arrow as well. But it takes a lot of skills, mechanics for IG to pull it through.
Exactly. We shall see as we go into game number 1, or technically speaking, the only game, the last game for Kingdom Esports
Yep.
against one of the challenger teams as well. It's going to be Ignite Gaming going up against Kingdom Esports. Ignite Gaming spawning in the blue, Kingdom Esports in the red.
Wow.
FMM on Carmilla duty. On the flicker instead of what we usually sometimes see. Carmilla sometimes, last time when we saw it on MPL stage, it was a revitalized Carmilla EXP lane with Diablo. Bear picking up the Gatok Kacha instead.
Okay, so interesting picks here we've seen so far for Ignite Gaming once again, and twice in a row the Leo Mord has been picked, and we've seen the power of a Leo Mord, man. The chase, the damage when it comes to prolonged team fight. But remember, with the Carmilla right now for the kind of Kingdom Esports, who really shines for those heavy engager heroes like the Leo Mord.
Yeah, remember we talked about how to deal with the Kimi. It's like you need somebody that basically bypasses the front line and try to dive for that Kimi. Once you have people diving for the Kimi, you basically the Kimi is really messed up after that one. Icon as a Leo Mord can do that.
Yeah,
And does have
actually,
the sustainability to chase. Especially how Kimi is very... Whoa, that was so close. Especially when Kimi is so squishy. And you basically easily proc the passive very quickly.
There you go. That's the thing I'm highlighting right now. This abyssal arrows coming in from Blade, he must really need to hit it. If not, it's gonna be easy here for Melon to just poke with this Kimi here, as we have seen in the middle lane exchange here.
Yeah, interesting build coming out from Blade as well, right? Look at the emblems. It's and Lethal Ignition Selena. Usually we've seen MPL PH, how they've been playing the Selenas recently is basically they use it like a poke. Right, use the abyssal arrow to transfer the trap over to somebody, and that does a lot of damage. You don't need to dive for, you don't need to use Selena like an assassin anymore. Basically, use it like a Novarian.
Okay, they are now going to the turtle dance here. Utah on the flank maneuver, though. Great positioning coming in from Ignite Gaming and Kingdom Esports. I'm not sure they're going to battle it all out here. They're outnumbered here in this situation.
Yep, Utah is spinning around. The anti-heal is actually hurting bad, just a little bit slightly. Here comes the Barbia as well. Icon bursting down the turtle, looking for the chase, looking for some other targets. Will not be able to find it as Kingdom Esports disengage, giving the turtle over to Ignite Gaming.
Okay, with this kind of composition we've seen right now for Ignite Gaming, they want to control the early stage of game here. And as you can see, Blade, Selena, Leo Mord, they can do. I mean, the damage is there. And Kingdom Esports as the moment. Oh, FMM, very low. Look at Jet.
Jet looking for that one. FMM burns the flicker away. The stun managed to land on Melon, but no follow-up because Blake doesn't really have the mana to follow up as well.
Okay, actually, Ignite Gaming is kind of very kind of slow compared to what we have witnessed on the previous game of having a Leo Mord. So far, under 3 minutes, there's still no deaths here, which is going to be an advantage here for Kingdom Esports, especially Malik TZ on that Aether.
Yeah, definitely. Kingdom Esports does have a late game scaling as well. Ignite Gaming, on the other hand, they need to make something work in the early game. Maybe the first 3 minutes, I'm already expecting 2 to 3 kills, but unfortunately,
Yeah.
Kingdom Esports not allowing them to snowball.
And look at the shields here on the turrets, all going into the Kingdom Esports. Now, we have seen now the disparity between the mid laners here, Kingdom Esports and Ignite Gaming. Kimi really truly shines here. And if you are under Ignite Gaming, you don't want this kind of situation. You need to control the game. You have the Leo Mord, but where's the aggressiveness that you have been looking for?
Yeah. You got a lot of map rotations coming up from the side of Utah, right?
Correct.
You wave clear very quickly, and then after that, you just rotate, rolling in the deep all the way to the mid lane, and then start ganking on the Melon. Melon is actually free farming right now, so that could be a potential problem for Ignite Gaming in the later parts of the game.
Yeah, speaking of rotations, right? Utah. And they're hold the thought.
Here we go.
Teleport.
Melon flickers away to safety, but the stun lands onto Loisa right here. He's a spot of trouble. Pops the ultimate, try to get on the way. He will be able to do so. And Malik TZ tried to join the fight right here, but he's all alone. And now the rest of the members from Ignite Gaming just pounces onto Malik TZ right here. Utah on the chase. Pops out the revitalize just in time. Malik is trying to basically make a play around here. But FMM blocks the advancement coming out from Utah. And now it's in a spot of trouble. 2 members tagging onto Utah at the same time. The stun lands onto Bear, but Icon takes away the turtle. But Kingdom Esports on the chase right here. Melon up the damage from by Utah is trying to sidestep Bear right here. Is trying to slow me down. Melon picking up the kill, but 2 right there, picking up a double kill onto Kingdom Esports.
Oh, what was that? That was very chaotic there, and I thought Malik TZ was going to go down with a chase coming in from the side of Utah, and Utah instead has been the casualty in that prolonged team fight. But then again, Ignite Gaming secures the top turret here against Kingdom Esports.
Yeah, not only just top turret, top turret, 1 turtle, 2 kills. So Ignite Gaming finally, this is the early game power spikes that they have, and they need to try to find a way to snowball from this one.
Loisa has been picked there with the stun coming in from Blade. So that was some kind of worrying, and that's a sweet exchange. And I think Ignite Gaming wants this kind of situation. They must now control this heavy aggression, but Kingdom Esports converge here in the middle lane. And I think the rotations we are expecting for Utah in that kind of situation must be frequent, man. Okay, here's the stun.
Another stun coming in. That's what
Another
power
one?
Blade right here. Not too sure whether Utah wants to follow you up on that one. Traction pull doesn't connect, and the stuns coming up from Blade is actually a bit annoying against Kingdom Esports.
Yeah, okay, these Abyssal Arrows now making its mark, and another turret takedown here. Just secured by the side of Ignite Gaming time and time again. Kingdom Esports still having no answers in this kind of rotations that we are seeing here.
Kingdom Esports losing turrets, the side lanes. Getting taken down means that, Kingdom Esports will find himself in a bit of trouble farming. Want to see more clashes coming out from Kingdom Esports
Yeah, I'm
right
expecting actually, but this 2 Icon and Utah is on the top side. They're not joining in the team fight here in the middle lane. They're actually controlling this turtle pit for now.
Yeah, Kingdom Esports, I don't think they're in a
Stun.
position to fight right there, but hold on, Spec and FMM, the traction pool will be able to land. Melon lands on a very critical one, but don't forget, 2 is on the double right here. On terms of the damage, Loisa tried to chase, goes into the droid, but Utah absorbing most of the damage for now. True continuing onslaught, and Blade jumping, Bear jumping in, would not be able to last for long as well. Blade absorbing and peeling for True. True just going massive. Oh, Ranger picking a shutdown. That's making that a triple. His Sky Pistol stack must be rolling right now.
Wow, I thought that was a free hits already coming in from Malik TZ as well as Melon, but no. Counter attack here for Ignite Gaming, and it's not yet done. I think Kingdom Esports here just to clear the waves here in the middle lane. I do love how Kingdom Esports, Ignite Gaming rather, recognizes their positioning in that situation. And look at this replay here. Look at the Malik TZ and Melon. They're just free hit on the back lines. This was a great control that Kingdom Esports had in the first place. But the damage is not yet there. Look at this one. The proper positioning, the arrow hits, that's the time they go for the counter attack. Malik TZ was the target. And this is just insane. Blade almost been taken out here as well.
Yeah, it's just, how Blade literally becomes the secondary peel for the side. But hold on a second. Okay, we're just jumping straight into another fight right here. True. Once again, pick up another triple. Make it so easy to play the Grandeur, even though after the nerfs. And Melon left alone on his own. Blade and Utah tried to go on to the chase, but that's a Kimi. You don't chase a Kimi. Icon will lose his life, but he trades for 3.
Wow, no, okay, this is what the Ignite Gaming right now is doing to be very aggressive against Kingdom Esports. Now, as you have mentioned, of course, the teleport, right, is being used to go for the pick off. But Wow, this is just insane and how Kingdom Esports try to prolong the team fight, but to no avail.
Yeah, Kingdom Esports is actually doing everything right
Yeah.
now, but then again, they're not in a position to basically pick up a fight. Ignite Gaming has started to scale. Kingdom Esports, you saw, there was a very beautiful traction pull, there was a very beautiful stun coming off from FMM, but they're not able to convert it to the kills. They don't really have the damage as of yet. They need to farm. Whereas you look at where True is, a massive lad to a level 13. Malik TZ struggling at 9.
Sky Piercer with 8 kills. This is insane without a single death. And now we are seeing Chu here just wrecking havoc. And now the Abyssal Arrow. I've seen now the Abyssal Arrow is really doing its thing here, especially for prolonged team fights. The chase is there for Ignite Gaming. On the other side though, Kingdom Esports, they do have Malik TZ, they do have Melon, they have the scale in the later stages of the game, but look at Jet.
Jet punching onto Loisa right there. Bear goes into AOG to try to disengage. Traction pull tracks onto Jet, but you can see the damage poke coming out from Chu is just way too much to deal with.
So that's the thing. You mentioned this one, Jace, a while ago, that the chip is going to be used as a pick-off. Yes, and it is now very effective here in Kingdom Esports right now. Without the Lord, they are going to be defending their base here, but Ignite Gaming controlling the map. No turrets has been secured against them, and this is just very big here advantage for the side of Ignite Gaming.
Yeah, they have to, look, Kingdom Esports have to dodge everything, right? The Death Sonata, the Blaze Absol Arrow, they also have, Jet to worry about. There's so many things that Kingdom Esports are worrying right here, and they don't know what to do. And in the meantime, you don't forget, Kingdom Esports right now, right? They're looking for any form of clashes, but the Blaze Absol Arrow is basically combo breaking everything. All of a sudden, you thought, Kingdom Esports had a very nice engage, got a traction pool and everything's perfect, but Ignite Gaming was able to force their hand because of the EXP difference right here.
Yeah, we've mentioned, of course, the Camilla pick here. Camilla is very good when it comes to a 5v5 close quarter combat here, but with too much damage we are seeing here right now, especially coming in from Chill. Just very difficult for Kingdom Esports to really go head on.
Yeah, Jet doing a drive-by right here with this chip. Yuta spinning for the win right here. Looking at a Melon, it's a two-prong attack. Initiated by Ignite Gaming onto Kingdom Esports. The holy defense is cracked open. FMN getting stunned. So much damage coming out from Ignite Gaming, and you're going for a conceived play. They're trying to look for more, a little bit greedy right here, but they'll be able to shove Kingdom Esports all the way back to the base and crack open mid.
They still continue to go for the siege here on the top side, and look at Yuta trying to go for the stun.
Another stun will be able to land the AOG from the side of Bear as well. Yuta down low, goes into those points at the same time. Chu's just sniping down Bear from a mile away, and Chu cracking out mid lane already open, even though Malik TZ picking up a double kill. The Berserker Sphere coming into play, but the damage is there. But Ignite Gaming cracks open Kingdom Esports bit by bit.
Just like that, 2 inhibitor tires gone already here on the side of Kingdom Esports. The dive comp, the damage coming in from Chu on the backlights. Icon with a cleanup play as well. Kingdom Esports, they must going to hold here. They must hold this base. You still have Malik TZ. Malik TZ had 2 kills on that sweet exchange, but at the expense of 2 inhibitor turrets. But they need more funneling here for Malik TZ in order for them to have the damage they needed.
Yeah, but Chu is already level 15. Malik TZ is only 12. 5 level difference between Chu and FMM as well. FMM is easily going to get busted down by this Granger. The Granger has snowballed 10, 0, and 1. Max stacks already. I feel like if you're Chu, you could just 1v9.
I think the damage coming in from his Granger is insane as well. Hunter Strike, last item here, Rose Gold Meter for survivability as well. But on the other side, his counterpart here, Berserker's Fury, Windtalker as well has been used, but it's not enough damage that we are expecting for him yet.
Yeah, definitely. Kingdom Esports struggling to put the nail into wood as of now. It's not even a coffin yet that they're able to build for Ignite Gaming. It is Ignite Gaming that pushing Kingdom Esports right back into that coffin. But don't forget, as time goes on, in terms of hero priority, Kingdom Esports does have it. If Ignite Gaming doesn't end this game right here, Kingdom Esports may start to shine.
Difficult really to contest this Lord here, especially with the chip waiting on the top side. Anytime can go for a teleport there and go for a backdoor strategy. But now And there comes the Lord marching through here in the middle lane. Well, we see some defense here coming in from Kingdom Esports. Now, Bear, his AOG, and the combo coming in from Camila is very crucial here.
Yeah.
And Loisa, unfortunately, and Malektizi, their damage is not yet really effective at this moment.
Yep, look, we've been here before. Kingdom Esports was the one that made a crazy turnaround play against Team Flash. They need that miracle, and they need it right here. Yuta spinning around with the conceal. Night Gaming breaking away down bot, and now FMN getting caught.
Wow.
So much damage from the one cover from True and Blade as well. And now King Knight Gaming with the Lord in tow. They're actually going to push it against Kingdom Esports. It's a clean wipeout and 2 massive on this Granger.
Leo Mord wins games. Leo Mord wins games? I mean, this is
Not
twice
just,
in a row.
no, it's not the Leo
I
Mord.
know.
It's really true, just growing
Wow.
out of control. And Blade
Wow.
as well, letting down the critical episode's arrows. And you can see that, you know, Ignite Gaming just making sure that they abuse the fact that Kingdom Esports is a momentum-driven team, emotional team, and they falter right there.
And there, you just highlighted the weakness, and I think it's still visible in how we see it. But on the other side, Ignite Gaming, I really doubted the chip actually, and how this composition.
I actually doubted Ignite Gaming's roster as well.
But it's really effective. I
Yep,
mean,
early game.
indeed, and how they pull it through. Also, the arrows in the much earlier of how the match started, it doesn't really hit its mark. But once those team fights, I mean, oh my goodness, Blade. His Abyssal Arrow stuns really turns the tide of a battle, and that's where Chu comes in.
Yeah.
He knows when to pounce back into the prolonged team fights.
Yeah, and maybe it's just a lack of commitment in terms of engaging these team fights coming out from the side of Kingdom Esports, right? Because you're expecting, you know, this is a very team flash comp. They want to clash,
Yeah.
right? Just overpower. Don't dance around a pick comp. That's one of the mistakes that you make in the MOBA. Don't dance around a pick comp. If a pick comp keeps picking you and slowly chipping you slowly with the help of True, with the help of Blake, you saw what happened. FMM couldn't even hold the damage at all.
Yeah, and I thought they are going to shine when it comes to a 5v5 brawl, but no, man, those positioning coming in from a Blade, from Chu is incredible here, and the chip actually was a threat when it comes to the map control.
Yes,
so
it is.
They do not know when this teleport will be coming out.
Yeah, just taking a look at the items being built right here. Immediately at a glance, like what I mentioned, if I'll tell you, if Ignite Gaming wasn't able to end the game there, Kingdom Esports will scale. You can start to see scary items coming out from Loisa on the Holy Crystal in the nick of time. Malektizi already pick up the Berserker's Fury. Melon, yes, I think is one Holy Crystal away, but these are very key items that he's already picked up, like your Feather of Heaven and Glowing One, right?
Yeah.
But
he's actually winning.
Yeah, winning, but True, 1402, has all the items in the world that he needs. The Rose Gold Meteor, just in case if Melon and Loisa, and even to a certain extent Bear, has some other ideas.
Of all the Granger gameplays that we have seen so far, this is the most high performance Granger games that we have witnessed. And on the other side, Garukacha, Carmilla, this heroes actually can really brawl against the Haksha, against the Leomord, against the Selena as well. I'm surprised how Kingdom Esports wouldn't be able to really clash it out here against Ignite Gaming.
Yeah, sorry that but you know, I realized something. I think this is the curse of beating Team Flash. Alright, if you notice, King's Vanguard beats Team Flash.
Yes.
Next thing, they got stomped
Oh.
by community teams. And then Kingdom Esports as well, they beat Flash. They got stomped by these challenger teams. I think it's a curse. You can beat
the
God.
champion, huh?
Yeah, you can beat God, but God will lay a curse on you.
Now that you mention it,
Yeah.
some kind of
Some bad
situation.
jujus I'm
Bad juju.
feeling right here.
But apparently, we see here Kingdom Esports really. Once their momentum has been shattered, I think there's a domino effect that we are seeing here right now. Their composition is pretty good, man. You have a
They got
Kimi.
Kimi.
You have a Kimi.
They got Joy.
They have a
Two
joy.
fire picks.
Exactly. And when
Gatot.
it comes to laning here, the Kimi really shines against Blade. They've mentioned that one that when it comes to range and easy as well for Melon to avoid those abyssal arrows. But just what happened? Team fight happened, guys. Team fight happened, and Chu knows his positioning.
Yeah.
He knows his positioning. He wasn't even been picked off once. So that's that. You have so many heroes here who can really go into the backlines. Joy for once, but he hasn't had a chance to go there at the
Yeah.
back line.
Yeah, Loisa, that's because, Blade, right? Blade has been landing all those stunts. You can go all the way to the back line. And actually, most of the damage, if you notice, is actually done by both Blade and Chu. But Blade is a stun master, right?
Yeah.
He's basically literally stunning everybody that's coming towards Chu. Because when you want to target particular hero, you become very predictable when it comes to your positioning.
Yeah, of course, map control as well. I don't think they had a down here for the side of Kingdom Esports. It's all Ignite Gaming. The momentum. I think this is one of the weaknesses we are now highlighting for Kingdom Esports. Early game, if they cannot control, this is going to be difficult for them to really bounce back here. But again, they have miracle defense for the side of Team Flash.
But let's take a look at the MVP of this particular game. We're going to give it over to Grandeur on True. Massive kill, 1402. Max stacks on that Sky Piercer. Everybody on the enemy team is just stacks, just literally numbers on his Sky Piercer.
This is the perfect KDA. You can
100%
really,
kill participation.
100% KDA, 100% kill participation with this kind of KDA and gold as much. This is no words to describe how this guy really did it on the
You know,
the game.
you just called, you just said how.
How
His name used to be Brother How.
oh
Hey, was he Brother How? No,
Chu?
No, Chu used to be Howski, and before that, I think he has another name. Before he actually switched his name to Chu. Yeah.
So Chu, how?
Yeah, I think that's his name.
Okay,
I think that's
so
his
that's
name.
a thing.
You just doxed him. Congratulations. now his driver license is gonna get endangered or something. But anyways, ladies and gents, what a masterful game showing by the side of our challenger teams as well, namely Ignite Gaming and Everlasting Love.